Hello friends, this is Nirmala Thurve and today I will teach you what is subgraph. So start with the definition of a subgraph. First we have to know what is the graph. Graph is a set of vertices and set of edges. So the both combination is called graph. So see the definition of a subgraph. A subgraph of a graph G is set of V comma E is a graph G dash equal to V dash and E dash, where V dash is V and E dash is E. For example, there is a given one graph in which we can say the G graph in which 5 vertices number of edges you can see. What is the subgraph of there is a two examples G1 and G2 in which we can just try to try to convey what is the exact definition of a subgraph. So in G1 we can see 4 vertices are there and number 1 2 3 4 5 6 5 edges are here. So with the help of this we can say the half portion we can see the same edges are also represent in a G. So this one is we can say the uh, G1 is a subset of G. Okay, so similar example we can see here as a G2. So G2 is also a subgraph which is we can see the star extract from the G. So outer all edges we just skipped and whatever remaining edges inner side we plotted here. It means what G2 is also a subgraph of G. So with the help of this definition and this example we can identify a subgraph is a subset of a G. So move to the next slide and that one is a subgraph in which we are using term that edge disjoint subgraph. What is edge disjoint subgraph? So see the definition. Two subgraph G1 and G2 of the graph G said to be edge disjoint subgraph of G. It means what? It is just means we have two different G1 and G2, two different graph which is itself a subgraph, and if we will combine it or we just do the disjoint, then we will get the G in means actual graph. Okay, if there is no edges common between them, means if we are talking about G1 and G2, so a common edge should not repeated, or we are not accepting any common between G1 and G2. It may have common vertex, but maybe in G1 and G2 there is a common vertex. So for example, A is a common in both, B is also common, C is also common, and D vertex is also common in both G1 and G2 graph. So what is the disjoint of this subgraph? Each disjoint of these subgraphs are, we can see the output G. What is output of G? That means a combination of both G1 and G2. So we can see now. Okay, now see vertex disjoint subgraph. Two subgraph G1 and G2 of the graph G said to be vertex disjoint subgraph of a graph G if there is no vertex common between them. So if it is a vertex disjoint, it means what? The vertex should not be common. Okay, between them G1 and G2, they do not have common edge also. Of course, if we are means the disjoint of a vertex is not allowing vertex as well as the edges also. So we can see the first example of G1, and in G1 we can see 4 number of vertices. In G2 there is a 3 number of vertices. In G3 there is a 2 vertices with the different number of with the 2 parallel edges, and G4 there is a 2 vertex 1 and 4. So for example, G3 and G4 we can see there is a 2 and 3 and 1 and 4, both are different because there is a number of vertices are different and number of parallel lines are different, because in G3 there is a two parallel line and in G4 there is a single parallel. So we can say this one is a subgraph, vertex disjoint subgraph. Now the next term we are using, that one is a age induced subgraph. What is age induced subgraph? Age induced subgraph consists of sum of the age of the original graph and the vertices that are at their endpoints. It means what? You can see the pendant vertices are present in a G, that one is a F and A. So we just say the subgraph G1 is a circular graph, or we can say cycle graph, which is plotted with the help of B, C, E and D. So remaining subgraph, we can say that subgraph G2 is A, B, D and F. So the number of edges we are plotted here, but the one edge is common. So whatever endpoints we have in this graph, that was A, B, D and F, because without D and B we cannot connect A and F, so we have to add the both point as well. So this one is a age induced subgraph. Now see the another definition, that one is related to subgraph, that one is a vertex induced subgraph. It is one that consists of sum of the vertices of the original graph and all the edges that connected them in the original. So you can see what is the vertex induced. It means what number of vertex we are plotting here, it should be a part of the original graph. So you can see DCE is a subgraph which is plotted, which is extract from the original G, and at the same time graph G2 in which we plotted D, C and B and E, and the portion we can plot whatever plotted here is also present in G1 itself also. So see the next one, properties of subgraph. How we can identify a particular graph is a subgraph? Every graph is subgraph of itself. Of course it is a subset of itself, we can say a graph itself a subgraph. Okay, the second properties second property is null graph obtained by deleting all edges of G is also a subgraph of G. If there is a given G graph and we just remove all edges from the graph and just we remains only the vertices of a G, so we can say that one is a null graph. Okay, so null graph definition is what? Only we have set of vertices but without any edges, or we can say edge set is empty or null set. So this is the null graph. Okay, if you will remove all edges, then the null graph will remains. So this is also the second property. And third property is a single vertex of a graph is also a subgraph of a G. Of course, if we are saying a particular one vertex, it is also present in a graph, because without any vertices it is not possible to plot a graph. Okay, the fourth property is a single edge along with end vertices is also a subgraph of a G. If we are saying we are plotting one single edge as a subgraph, it is also true, because for plotting a one edge we require two number of vertices. If in a G there is a one edge is present, so if we are plotting one edge, it means it is also a subgraph. So single vertices, single edge, or without edges, they all are what? Subgraph. and graph itself is also subgraph. So fifth property is a subgraph of a subgraph of a graph G is a subgraph of G. Of course, we are extracting some portion from the G, and again we are partially represent that subgraph again. It means the subgraph is a subgraph of G. Subgraph relation is a transitive relation. The transitive relation is what? A tends to B, B tends to C. It means A tends to C itself. So this is the transitive relation we'll get here. Now one term we use, that one is a null subgraph. What is null subgraph? See the definition. A subgraph is called as null subgraph if its vertex set is same as vertex set of a G and its edge set is empty set. That is, it does not contain any edges. For example, in a first diagram we can see there's a 5 vertices with the 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 edges. So with the help of these edges you can see with the 5 or 6 edges, with the help of this we can plot the star. So you can also see in a null subgraph there is no one edge. It means what? The set of edges is empty. So if there is no edge in a graph but the number of vertices are same, so the graph is called null subgraph because we extracting all vertices from the given graph. Okay, now the next one is a spanning tree. What is spanning tree? See the definition. Let's G equal to set of V and E be any graph, means maybe this is the portion of any graph, then G dash is said to be the spanning subgraph of a graph G if its vertex set V dash is equal to vertex set V of G. It contain all vertices of G and E dash E. So see the definition, or we can see the some examples, so we will understand betterly the definition. So see the G graph in which we plotted a star with the help of 5 vertices. In G1 we plotted 5 vertices but only 3 edges. Okay, and in G2 there is a 5 vertices again with the 3 different aligned lines or edges. So we this G1 and G2 is again a spanning subgraph because the number of vertices are same. So this one is the spanning subgraph. Now the next one term we are using, complement of a graph. What is the complement? Complement means just opposite value or just bar. It means if there is a 1, so we will assume the answer is 0. If there is a 0, we assume the answer is 1. So see the definition in which we can betterly understand what is the complement of a graph. Let's G is a simple graph, then complement of a G denoted by G dash is graph whose vertices set is same as vertices set of G and in which two vertices are adjacent if and only if they are not adjacent in G. So it means what? If some given graph is G, so if there is one connected edge is present, so we are not able to connect in a complement graph again same edge. It means if first we can see the first the graph there is the 4 lines. So if you wanna plot the complement graph to without plotting these 4 edges, you can plot a new graph. with the help of same number of vertices. That is called complement of a graph. So see the example of G and G dash, and again H and H dash. So in a H graph there is a 5 vertices, and with the help of that we plotted star, but same connection we cannot repeat in H dash. So there is we plotted a ring. So we are not repeating any connection or any edges in a complement of a graph. Now the next term we are using, that one is a factors of a graph. What is the factor of a graph? It's a represented degree of vertices. So see the definition first. Let G be any graph. A k factor of a graph G is defined to be a spanning subgraph of the graph with the degree of each of its vertices being k. K means a given factor value, whatever. That is, k factor is a k regular graph. So we just take a look on that example. G is a given graph in which 4 vertices with the 4 edges we connected. If we are saying we create one factor graph, so there is only one possibility in which we can plot the vertex. Every vertex should have only and only 1 degree. So with the help of two edges we can get the every vertex degree 1. So see the another example with the same factor value 1. A factor of a graph G is a spanning subgraph, that is a subgraph that has the same vertex set as G, uh, with the degree of each vertex begins k, that is k factor. So in this diagram there is a total 6 vertices present, but if we obtain or we just try to put only 1 degree for the all vertices, it means you can join only and only 2 vertex at a time. So there is only 3 edges is possible to put in a one subgraph. So there is a 5 possible connection we can plot to obtain the given G. So you can see there is a 5 different patterns we plotted here to obtain or create the G. Now again one more example of a factor of a G, factor of a graph. That means if there is a 1 k6, k6 means you have to create that particular diagram with the help of only one factor graph. So there is again only possibility what you can only put one edge between two vertex, then only you can get the 1 degree for each vertex. So again we cannot put more number of edges in between the graph G1 and G2 and G3, G4 and G5. So if you obtain G6 with the help of only 3 lines, you have to plot the whole diagram. So this one is a factor graph. Now note down some note point. That one is the complement of a complete bipartite graph K base M n gives a complement graph Km and Kn and vice versa. Of course, because in bipartite graph we are making two different set of vertices which is actually not connected to each other, but it is connected to the number of vertices in another set. So that one is a bipartite graph. So of course if we are saying a complement graph, it means what same edge we cannot repeat, so there is only possibility to Km and Kn. Okay, now the second point is complement of complete graph is null graph. Of course we are saying a complete graph, it means the all vertices should connect the all remaining vertices. it means what, fully connected kind of graph you have to create. If complement graph says we cannot repeat the same connection or same edges again in another graph, so that one is a complement graph. So if we are saying complete graph is having all connected another vertices with the say with the vertices itself, it means what, if there is a 3 number of vertices, it means all vertices has 2 degree, it means they are fully connected to each other. So we cannot put any another edge between the vertices, so it is not possible to create a new connection because already every possible connection is already done. So it remaining all, if we are not repeating the edges, so there is no option to put any edges, so the obtained graph is what, null graph. See the last point for the note, that means the graph is known as self complementary if it is isomorphic to its complement. Of course, in a isomorphic graph says number of vertices and number of edges if the both are same in a two graph, but the alignment and representation is different, then that graph is a isomorphic graph. So if we are saying in a both diagram we can say same number of vertices and same number of edges, so this is also a isomorphic graph if the edges are a complement which is not repeating in a both graphs, so this is called the isomorphic graph. So thank you for listening, and thank you. I hope you enjoy the video and you learned something about the subgraph from the video. Thank you very much.